Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who like, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So let's get started. Alright, so we have Taurus, so that's actually your sixth house of work, daily routines, health, and we have Uranus in that sign. Alright, we have 10, so that's your 10th house, which is Virgo. Makes sense that this will come up because most of September will be in Virgo season, and that's your house of career and social status. And we have Venus. So Venus is actually going to be in Libra for, I think, the first 2 weeks of September. Then it's going to move into Scorpio, which is your 12th house. So friendships, and then moving on to your inner world, spirituality, blind spots. All right. So we'll keep that in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Six of Cups. So this is Scorpio energy here, so that's your 12th house, and like I was saying, we will have Venus move into that sign eventually. So it could just be saying that you guys might have a desire to reconcile with someone from your past. Even if you're not going to actually take that action, I feel like the Venus transit moving into your 12th house might be when you really start to feel that nudge a little bit more. Now, for some of you, this could even be extending some kindness to yourselves, if you feel like you haven't been speaking to yourselves in a positive way too often, that could be out. I could see that playing out for some of you too. And let me see if anything else comes to mind with this. And for some of you, this might be something that the thought arrives now, but it might take until we physically get into Scorpio season in October for you guys to actually take action on it. Alright, and the Challenger obstacle position, we have the Star card. So this is the major arcana card for Aquarius, and for you guys, that's your third house of communication. So obviously you could just be saying that that's the obstacle right now, right, is the actual communicating the desire for that reconciliation. And it could just be saying with the Star card here, usually this is the card that comes after the Tower. So usually I see the Star card as a course correction and seeing things from a higher perspective, right? So it could just be saying that that could be the challenge for you right now. So maybe you guys went through that Tower moment, if you will, within this connection, but you haven't really gotten to the point where you're at seeing what the whole situation was meant to teach you and coming forward to communicate around that. So that's what I'm seeing there, and if that's the case, at the time of recording this, we haven't had that second full moon in Aquarius yet, but that's kind of a rarity. We had the first full moon in Aquarius right at the start of Leo season, and now we're going to have one towards the very end of Leo season, so both in your third house communication. So it could definitely be something that comes up around that time. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Page of Pentacles. So for some of you, this could certainly be around work. I mean, like we said, we did have 10th house come up in your dice, and Taurus, which is your 6th house. So for some of you, this could be around a work situation, where maybe a work situation might have fallen apart, but there might be an opportunity to come back around to that. And, on top of all the energy we already spoke about, there's also going to be a Mercury retrograde toward the end of September in Libra. So that's around your friendships, groups, which 11th house is the natural energy that Aquarius rules too, so could be a connection there. But yeah, this could just be saying that you might feel like stability is right out of your reach. So whatever the situation is around, I feel like that's what this is pointing to, because we see that Pentacle is just out of his hand, right? So I feel like it's saying that you might have felt like you were close to securing the situation, improving the situation, but it just, and that could be part of why you want to go back to it too, because you still see the potential in it, but it just, for whatever reason, you weren't able to lock it down in the past. Alright, in the past position, we have the 8 of Cups. So I do have to say, for the majority of you, it might have been you guys who actually left the connection behind. Maybe you felt like there wasn't a level of fulfillment there to the level that you were hoping for. So given that the Star card, she's kind of looking down toward that Page of Pentacles, that could be what's going on here, where maybe you're reevaluating the situation to where maybe you didn't appreciate it that much in the past, but for whatever reason you're looking at things, like I said, could just be as simple as the Venus into the 12th house transit, just having you guys feel a little nostalgic. But now you could be reevaluating that, like, okay, well, maybe I can maybe I could have done more in the connection, whatever the case may be. So that's what I see there. For some of you, it could even be a family connection too, given that Pisces energy is your 4th house of home and family. All right. In the present position, we have quite a few cards. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio energy. 9 of Cups reversed, Pisces energy. Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Magician reversed. So, the Death card, we already spoke about how Scorpio energy is your 12th house, but I feel like what this is really saying here, this mixture of cards, is saying that as of right now, you feel like the situation's over, right? So I definitely don't feel the majority of you have actually had the reconciliation yet. So I feel like you're feeling like it's over, disappointed that it's over, because the 9 of Cups in the upright, of course, represent a level of wish fulfillment and contentment. Seeing that there was that opportunity there, but it was missed, but at the same time feeling like, at least right now, you feel like you can't do anything about it with the Magician in reverse. Magician in the upright, I'd say, oh yeah, you guys totally have the ability to manifest it right now. I feel like this is saying you don't feel like you can right now. All right. In the near future position, we have the Hanged Man. So speaking of Pisces, I also view this as Pisces energy, and what this is saying to me here is whatever higher perspective you guys might not have gotten to this point, like I was mentioning with the Star card, I feel like in the near future you're actually going to get there with that Hangman energy. So like I said, it could be as simple as that second Aquarius full moon that gets the perspective change for you guys, or I don't know, it could be other things, but yeah, I feel like this is pointing to you guys actually looking at things from a different perspective. And, I highly doubt it was just the fault of one person as far as what happened with this connection, but maybe this could be you looking at maybe where you might have played a role in it. And even if you do see ways where the other person could also improve things too, I feel like this is you guys getting to the point where you might be feeling a little bit closer to being the one that comes forward first to extend the olive branch. All right. In the position of your influence on the situation, we have the 6 of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy, and Knight of Wands, which is the core card for you guys. So definitely a good card to see come up in your influence on the situation, because I feel like this is saying that even if you're not there right now, eventually you're going to feel like you're really in control of things, you know where you're going, right? You know what your path is. And with the 6 of Pentacles, it usually represents an energy of restore and balance too, similar to what we saw with the 6 of Cups. The 6s in tarot represent a very high level of stability. So that's why no matter what suit you see with the 6s, it's a very stable, calm-looking energy compared to like the 5s and the 7s, for example. So seeing these two energies come out here, I feel like this is saying that you're definitely going to be the ones, well, let's not say 100%, but for most of you, I feel like it would be you guys who actually do make that first step forward to restore the balance in a situation. Like I said, could be your family, could be a romantic connection, but even a work relationship too that might have been damaged. I feel like there's going to be a desire on your part to actually repair that this month. All right. In the environment position, we have the 3 of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. Now, this could definitely represent the other person, right? Because like I said, it looks like there's some kind of one-to-one dynamic, whether it's a coworker, family member, romantic partner, or friend. It kind of looks like this person's in the position of waiting for you to come forward. Now, like I said, to be fair, it looks like you guys are looking at things from a higher perspective. It's rarely just one person's fault, right? So that might sound a little messed up to you if you're like, okay, well, we both played a role in it, but they're just sitting around waiting for me to come forward toward them, right? Well, like I said, given the major arcana there, I feel like you guys will be seeing it from a higher perspective anyway, and maybe just realizing, you know what, it's not even worth it to hold on to the grudge anymore, right? And just coming forward. But yeah, this is kind of the energy I see them in. So I will say this makes it a little more likely to me too that if this is going to be repaired this month, it looks like it would have to be you guys that do come forward. For some of you, this could represent your energy as well, which is to say, not all of you would take the action, right? So maybe some of you might come to the realization that, okay, I'm open to repairing the connection, but I'd rather them come forward first. So for some of you, this could still represent your energy. All right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Moon and the 4 of Wands. So this is actually Aries energy here. Definitely looks like a positive energy. Obviously, we see that progression from the 3 to the 4 as well. So this could just be saying with the moon there, pay attention to the lunar cycles, because that could be part of what will actually help you get closer to that 4 wands, right? I mean, the 3 of wands, 4 wands, the primary difference other than the 1 wand is we also see 2 people in the picture as opposed to just the 1, right? So could just be saying pay close attention to those lunar cycles. Like I said, that second full moon in Aquarius, for those of you who watched this when I first posted, so before we were even physically in September, that might be a good time for you guys to come forward. If you do want to repair things now, if you missed that opportunity and we're moving into September, especially if it's a family connection, that full moon in Pisces might be a good time to restore things. And if it's the workplace, the new moon in Virgo might be a good time to repair things. All right. And in the outcome position, we have the devil. So this is Capricorn energy here. And to me, I feel like this is saying that regardless of who makes the move here with the devil in the outcome, it says that this isn't over. So, for some of you, that might sound great. Some of you maybe are not too happy about that, but that's kind of what I'm feeling there. Usually when we do see the devil, they're definitely pointing to karmic connections. Now, it's not to say that they won't last a lifetime, but it's just more of there's definitely things to be learned from the connection. So if this is coming up in the outcome position, I feel like this is saying somehow, some way, this is going to end up continuing. Even if it's just both of you digging in and refusing to come forward, right? Technically, the ties is still there because you're, no, I'm waiting for them to come forward, and they're thinking, no, I'm waiting for them to come forward. So really, the connection's still kind of continuing, right? The change would still be there in that regard because you're still thinking, oh no, I'm going to wait for them. So it's not like the true freedom. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing there. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot. So this is the major arcana card for Cancer. And for you guys, that's your 8th house. So, could just be evaluating things on a much deeper level. But with the Chariot here, it does represent that forward movement too. So this could be karmically where things are just playing out, where you might just feel that nudge to move forward in the situation. There's not really anything going on astrologically speaking in Cancer, but that's what I'm seeing with that energy. Let me see what else comes to mind. And to be fair, given that Cancer is the natural ruler of the 4th house, this could be another indicator that that full moon that we have in Pisces might be when you actually really see that forward shift. All right. Moving on to your oracle card, we have the Tribe. There's the artwork, and the number is 8. All right, so we'll take a look at that and see what it says. Okay, it says community, belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message. This card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are social creatures, and we need to know we are useful to our tribes, families, and communities. In a tribe, everyone has an important function and feels I matter. Membership in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are in a learning community where you share your love of education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your purpose in the tribe, your presence is needed. So definitely an interesting message there, because reading that made me think about the 6 of Cups and the Star card in a different way, which could just be saying that you might actually reconnect with a soul tribe of yours. So it might just be a new group you interact with. It might feel like you've known them forever, right? So that could be what these 2 energies are pointing to there. And I will say, there's going to be a ton of energy in Libra in September, and that is your 11th house of groups, friendships, hopes, and wishes. So definitely be on the lookout for that. All right, the relationship message says you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another, accepting the truth that everyone has flaws and is part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. So definitely an interesting message there, especially when it talked about You are being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. That makes me think of the devil card, what we were talking about there. And also the rest of the message made me think of just seeing things from a different perspective with the hangman that we talked about and whatnot. So hopefully that resonated with you. All right. And the prosperity message says, whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There is also another meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things for all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. So yeah, again, a pretty positive message there as well. Hopefully that resonated with you. And lastly, we have a mudra for you guys. So the mudra for this month is this one here. It's the Dharmachakra mudra. The keyword for it is auspiciousness. All right, and there's the info on it if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to read what it has to say. But it says, opens the chest, facilitates deep breathing, benefits the heart and lungs, balances inner and outer aspects of life, spiritual and worldly, serves as a window through which we can directly touch the inherent unity behind the veil of duality. So if that sounds like a mudra you think will be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of it in the description video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.